Let's jump right into this explainer because today we are tracking some seriously aggressive moves from AMD that are actually a huge win for us, the consumers. We're talking everything from a stealthy reversal on some broken CPU features all the way to some absolutely wild leaks pointing to 7 GHz next-gen silicon. Seriously, let's get into it. Did we just force AMD to change its mind? Well, recently, eagle-eyed users and security researchers noticed something sketchy. Following a random firmware update, a specific security feature was completely stripped from consumer Ryzen processors. There was no heads up, no announcement, it was just gone. And let me tell you, the community was not having it. Okay, so that missing feature was TSME, or Transparent Secure Memory Encryption, which AMD also likes to call Memory Guard. Now look, to be completely fair, most regular folks probably aren't utilizing this day to day. But that wasn't really the point. The issue was that AMD basically broke it on purpose without breathing a word to anyone, seemingly just to wall it off as an exclusive feature for their Ryzen Pro lineup. The timeline of how this played out is actually kind of fascinating. So the feature gets quietly yanked, the community immediately spots it and complains very loudly, and then AMD actually reverses course. Yep, coming up this July, they're rolling out a BIOS update that officially restores the feature to all those affected non-Pro Ryzen 9000 CPUs. But here's the absolute best part. It's the reasoning AMD gave in a statement to Tom's Hardware. They explicitly cited, quote, valuable community feedback. You know, when a massive tech giant actually fixes a misstep because we pushed back, we absolutely have to celebrate that. It proves that vocalizing our feedback actually works, and we need companies to know that this positive feedback loop is exactly what we want to see. Section 1. Keep track of your gear. And hey, speaking of keeping track of things, let's do a really quick palette cleanser here. It would literally take me 5 seconds to list everything I've lost just this month. Keys, a laptop bag, my phone charger, a camera, somehow the vacuum cleaner, and yes, even my flamethrower. Don't ask. But you definitely don't have to lose your gear thanks to our sponsor, Ugreen, and their Find Track 2 and Mini 2. These little guys are Apple Find My certified. They packed a massive 600 milliamp hour battery, which is good for up to 2,700 finds, and you can track up to 32 items from just one iPhone. They even give you smart separation alerts. So go ahead and attach one to your keys, your favorite bag, or, your flamethrower, and keep on moving. All right, Section 2, FSR 4.1 drops early. Let's accelerate right back into the AMD news because we've got another totally unexpected win for today. AMD's FSR 4.1 was supposed to be a July release, but they completely surprised everyone and officially pushed it live early at the end of June. So FSR 4.1 is officially live right now for RDNA 3 GPUs. You literally just need to go grab the new Adrenalin 26.6.2 driver to get it going. And what's really great here is that AMD didn't just blindly rush this out the door. They tested it across hundreds of different PC configurations, scaling all the way from the budget-friendly RX 7600 right up to the absolute beast that is the 7900 XT. And the ecosystem adoption right out of the gate is massive. We are talking over 300 games that already support FSR 4.1 right now. Even better, they are not leaving integrated graphics players behind. AMD is actually developing lightweight machine learning models specifically to bring FSR 4.1 upscaling to RDNA 3.5 APUs. Sure, maybe it's a tiny bit frustrating that they didn't just put beefier hardware on those integrated chips in the first place, but honestly, it is awesome seeing them put in the work to build specialized models that support older, lighter hardware. Once again, community demands are actually being heard. Section 3, Zen 6, the massive speed leaks. Okay, shift gears with me here, because we are moving from software victories straight into absolute hardware insanity. Let's talk about Zen 6 and some massive speed leaks that are basically setting the internet on fire right now. First up, we need to talk about Powderhorn. This is a leaked internal AMD codename that was brought to light by Moore's Law is Dead. It refers specifically to the upcoming Zen 6 desktop chiplets, or the CCDs. And the absolute most crucial detail here is a document referencing the eventual qualification of samples hitting 7 GHz. Yeah, you heard that right. Late-stage qualification silicon, which is basically the final stepping stone right before production, is targeting a completely unreal 7 GHz boost clock by the first half of 2026. So, let's build on what we already know. Zen 6 is looking at a shift to TSMC's ultra-dense 2-nanometer node. And Check out the mid-tier cores. They are getting a massive bump. We could be seeing something like an eventual 10800X3D jumping from 8 cores all the way up to 12 cores. But the top end, that gets even crazier. Here's the real one-two punch. Not only are we looking at those 7 GHz target speeds, but the absolute maximum core count is projected to jump from Zen 5's 16 cores up to a whopping 24 cores for Zen 6. That is a staggering 50% jump in total core count. When you combine the 2nm node shrink, that massive core count increase, and a targeted 7 GHz boost, we're staring down what could easily be the single biggest performance leap since the original launch of the very first generation of Ryzen. Which really leads us to one final, unavoidable question. With AMD hitting 7 GHz and packing 24 cores, is Intel already doomed? Just let that sink in for a second. Head down to the comments and let me know what this incredible momentum means for your future PC builds.